Parshas VaYeitze, the pasuk tells us, "V'ter Roch ki liyolda liYaakov." Rochel saw she wasn't having children from Yaakov. V'tekona Rochel b'chosa. She was jealous of her sister. V'tomer liYaakov hova livonim. She said to Yaakov, "Give me children. V'im ayim meis anochi, and if not, I'll die." What did Rochel mean when she said, "Give me children"? Avada, Yaakov can't give her children. Only the Borei Olam can give her children. So say Chazal. Is this what your father did for your mother? He davened for her. Why aren't you davening for me? Why aren't you davening so that I should have children? So what was Yaakov's reaction? Yaakov got angry at Rochel. Am I in Hashem's place? I'm withholding children from you. It's not me. Hashem says Chazal. You say that I'm like my father. I'm not like my father. My father had no children. I have children. No comparison. He's withholding from you and not from me. In other words, your whole presumption that it's about me is incorrect. He's withholding the children from you and not from me. Esther Ramban, it's a pella. Well, Rachel's coming to Yaakov. She's a broken woman. She's ready. She's about to die from not having any children. It's his wife who he loves. It's why he worked for love in the first place. Why is he getting angry? What's he getting angry about? What's she asking for? She's asking to daven. What does it mean he's in Hashem's place? Shomea el tzaddikim Hashem. Hashem listens to tzaddikim. I don't listen to Yaakov's tefila. Masha Omar. My father has children. I don't have to. My father didn't have children. I have children. He's withholding from you and not from me. Tzaddikim down for other people. He's down for complete strangers. He can't daven for Rachel. And because of this cruelty that he seemed to exhibit to his wife, Chazal say, since you are hurting this, you're oppressing this broken woman, that your children will stand before her children. There's going to be a punishment. Says the Ramban, what's going on over here? Ramban says the following. She said to Yaakov, give me children. Daven for me. That's what she wanted. She wanted him to daven for her. About what kind of tefila? Don't stop until I have children. And when she said she's going to die, that was the line she crossed. She said, I'm going to die if not. That was improper. Because she thought, in the fact that he loved her so much, that he's going to head and make tinus, he's going to go ahead and fast and wear sackcloth. That's how far Yaakov is going to go. He's going to go the limit and beyond for Rochel. And that's what Rochel was playing into. That's what Rochel was challenging him with, or begging him. So what's V'yichraf Yaakov? Why did he get angry? Says Yaakov, no, that tzaddikim don't have in their power that their tefillah should be answered. And the fact that she went so far to threaten that she's going to die otherwise, and everything's totally on him, everything's about Yaakov, his tefillah. I don't, says Yaakov, I don't have the power that a Kodesh Baruch Hu should make you pregnant, you should have children. Because it's really about your tefillah, not about my tefillah. He was coming to give her pain, make it difficult. She's begging him to daven for her. She's saying, no, it's not about me. Because now that she saw that she couldn't depend on Yaakov's tefillah anymore, she davened for herself. Hashem heard her cry. She completely changed the focus, and she realized it's all about me. This That's what it means. Hashem listened to her. Says the Medrash in Parshas B'Shalach that the pasuk tells us that when the Yidden left Mitzrayim and they're by the Yam, Paro came close to them, and the Jewish people, they lifted up their eyes, and the Egyptians were traveling from behind them, and they were frightened. They cried out to Hashem. They were surrounded. Says the Medrash, this that Paro encroached upon the Jewish people was even bigger, was more powerful than 100 fasts and prayers. Because when they saw that Paro was pursuing them with his army, they did tshuva. This forced them into a tefila they wouldn't have had otherwise. What's the pshat? So, says the Medrash like this. Why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu do this? HaKadosh Baruch Hu had taiva for the tefillah. He craved their tefillah. There's a young princess, a young maiden going on the way, and listim, and these robbers, these thieves are coming upon her, and she cries out, Shama Melech Hatzila. The Melech heard her, the king heard her, and he saved her. After a few days, he wanted to marry her. He wanted that she should speak to him. She wasn't interested. Masa Melech. So what did the Melech do? Giraba listim. He sent these robbers a second time. So that she should cry out again, and the Melech, the king, would hear her another time. Same thing. Kivin Shabbat Leha listim. He's chilatzech as a Melech. So once these robbers came, she cried out to the king, just like before. Why do they do this? Because I want to hear your voice. I crave to hear your voice. So to the Yidden when they were in Mitzrayim, that when they were enslaved, they began to cry, but told in their name, LaKadosh Baruch Hu, and they lifted their eyes, LaKadosh Baruch Hu, and the days passed, and they cried out. Miyad v'yiras Elokim is b'nei Yisrael. Kadosh Baruch Hu saw their cries, he heard them, and immediately he brought them out of Mitzrayim. Now, Kadosh Baruch had such pleasure from hearing their voice, he wants to hear it again. They're not interested. They did it already. They davened, they got in Mitzrayim. We're done. No, Kadosh Baruch Hu's not done. He wants to hear it again. So what did Kadosh Baruch Hu do? So now he had power chase after them. Shenemar power hikriv, like the pasuk says, power came close. Yitzhak b'nei Yisrael. I want to hear your voice again. What's up, pshat? So you see by Mitzrayim, Kadosh Baruch Hu has such a taiva, misaventel to the tefillah. He has such a craving for the tefillah that he's going to put them in a difficult matzav, a difficult situation, to force the tefillah out of them. He wants to hear their voice. He wants to hear their cries. Yaakov Avinu understood that the only way that Rochel was going to be answered was her cries, was the woman who was broken. Kadosh Baruch Hu wants to hear her cry, and that's why he denied her what she wanted. She wanted that he should daven for her. He said, no, it's about your tefillah. Kadosh Baruch Hu is giving this matzav, and I'm understanding that we have to force the tefillah out of you, Rochel. The same way the tefillah had to be forced out of the Yidden. What do we see from here? We see from here a very important yesod. Rochel was in a terrible matzav, a terrible situation. What did Kadosh Baruch Hu want? He wanted tefillah. The Yidden by the Yam, when they were surrounded. Behind them were the Mitzrim, in front of them was the Yam. Chazal say that there were animals coming upon them. They're surrounded by from these sides. What are they going to do? They're in a terrible situation. They have no eitzah but to cry out to Hashem again. And that's exactly what Hashem wanted. Hashem put them in the matzav. Why? Because he wants to hear them cry. He wants to hear the tefillah. So too, when we look at our lives, we look at situations we have, pain we have, challenges we have, nisyonis we have. It could be that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is creating the matzah for one reason. He wants to hear us cry. He wants to hear us daven. Just like by Rochel, just like the Yidden by the Yam. That's why the situation exists. It's not we're in a situation and what do? We daven. It's the opposite. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants us to daven, so he creates the situation. That's how we have to understand it. Because he wants to hear our cry. He wants us to know that he's the only address. He's the only place we can go with our bakasha. He's the only place we can look to. Ein od milvadai. He's the Rebbeinu Shalom. He can give us everything. He has what we want. He wants to give it. But he wants our cries. He wants our tefila. And in doing that, not only do we realize that he's the source of everything, but we draw closer to him, which is what he wants. Just like a parent, a father, a mother, what do they crave most? They crave most the closeness of their child. So the Rebbeinu Shalom, we're the children. We're the Bechori. We're the Amanivcher. Bechor B'nai Yisrael. He wants our tefillah. He wants our closeness. And that's why he creates the situation. So the next time we're in such a situation, if we're in one right now, realize maybe what Kodesh Baruch Hu is, he's being dorish our tefillah. He's requesting, and if not, we don't answer the request, he's forcing us to daven to him, to come close.